Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have been requested to show how I make my vellum flowers, and I have been requested to do this tutorial a while ago. I just kept putting it off and because I don't know. When I make them, I just don't think to turn the camera on and go through everything. But I did get everything out that I use to make flowers with, and I'll kind of go through it. I have this translucent paper or translucent vellum. It's not really translucent, as you can see. It's kind of a thicker vellum, but I do use it. It was made in Italy. Somebody gave it to me. I don't even know who gave it to me, but I do use it. There is other vellum that I use too, but I've gone through it all, and I haven't bought any more because I have this vellum. This vellum I picked up at Michael's, and my husband and I went to Michael's last Friday. We drove all the way into the next state to go to Michael's, and they had absolutely no Christmas paper left. They didn't even have Valentine's paper. So I was very, very, very disappointed. But I did get this after New Year's last year, and I got it on sale. I don't remember how much it was, but it definitely wasn't that. Maybe it was $10. But anyways, it's 24 sheets, and I think I got 2 packs, or I might have just got, I think I got 2 packs, I'm not sure. But this is what I have left. And I do have other vellum that I've used, vellums that I picked up at Hobby Lobby or, somewhere. And that's what I do, and I cut them up into this size. This is the flower that I like using the most for my vellum flowers because it is wide petals. And I think this is from KF's Crafts. This is the Poppy dye, I believe. And when I have extra vellum like this, I use Scrap Diva's little flowers. They're different sizes. I lost one. No, here they are, 3. And then I have these, and I think I lost one of these ones because I used to have 6, I believe. And these are what I use for stamens. The extra paper that I cut out, if I have big enough spaces, as you can see, I will cut stamens out. I use and then I just toss it away as soon as it's done. And then I also have, or pieces of paper like this, as long as they're usable. Then I have this, and I had my little punch out, but I don't know oh, here it is. So I also use this little punch. This was given to me, I believe, by Michelle, and I will punch these out if it's got a big enough area to punch out, which this one does, and I'll use these. Not often, but I do. And then I have all of these also for the center of the flowers. These are also kind of like a stamen. These are actually for jewelry, but I buy them and I put them in the center of my flowers. Not all the time. It just depends on what I'm doing in the project. Like gold doesn't always go with everything. Silver doesn't always go. Sometimes I'm just lazy and don't want to dig them out. But they're just like this. And I have like a couple of golds. I don't know, you ask for 1 gold. They're not always the same. So I do use those. And then for the center of the flowers, I use all kinds of things. So these are from the Dollar Tree. These are from the Dollar Tree. Of course, I don't use these great big ones here. These are from the Dollar Tree, believe it or not. Those are my favorite, but they're hard to find. I think I picked this up somewhere. This was gifted to me in a swap. Just different centers. My most favorite is this ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. You get 3 yards, but I use each one of these as a stamen. Of course, it depends on the colors you're using too. You don't want to use pinks with red, or it just depends on what you're doing. And to cut my vellum. No, let's go into this first. So when I want different colors, like this next swap that I in is called My Favorite Things, and you can use whatever theme you want. And of course, I'm going to use Mickey Mouse. So I inked one red and I inked one yellow, and I use Close to My Heart ink because that's what I have and that's what I've collected over the years. And I just take my paper, and the nice thing about the snowflakes is when you ink it like this, the snowflakes still show up in the flowers. And I just take my brush and I just ink it. And of course, the more you ink, the darker you'll get. And because I want, this is a Mickey Mouse, I kind of want my ink to be a little darker. So that means that my flowers will be blue, yellow, and red. And then, of course, a lot of white because I use a lot of white. White matches everything to me, and I can put whatever in the center to match my swap. And as you can see, it goes very fast. And that's why I cut them out in squares, because I like to cover all the edges. And there you go. I'm just going to do a little bit more blue. And then I'll just let it sit and dry. And there's for my blue flowers, that don't look like it's inked up right here. All right. So, and I put my brushes up so they don't get ink on anything. And that's how I ink them. Of course, you can use any ink. Let's see, I find that Tim Holtz's, I just grabbed these, but these, you really have to let these dry. So I just don't tend to use them, and I did get blue on me. Let me see if I can wipe them off. Don't think I have it. Let's do it right here. Okay. Oh, it's already dry. Okay. So anyways, that's how I ink my vellum up. Now for cutting them, I use a trick that Scrap Diva mentioned on hers, and that is to use parchment paper. And the parchment paper I use is just your regular cookie sheet parchment paper. This one I happen to get at Myers. And I cover my vellum, and then I put my plate on top of it. And then I run it through my Big Shot. And this is what you get. This is the easiest way. It's so nice because you don't have to ruin your flowers by poking them out. The vellum will stick in here. As you can see, all the scratches trying to get them all up. When you poke them through, you end up poking a hole through the flower. This is way easier. So you just lift up the parchment paper. It all comes out. You don't have to poke anything. You throw this away. They're too thin to make flowers. Don't even try. Okay, and then look how easy this is. This also works if you have the jelly totes. When you cut your pieces, if you use parchment paper, they'll come out so much easier. And I'll throw that away. All right. And then, like I said, for this, I do the same thing. I lay parchment paper down on here, and I use these flowers. Now these flowers, the only reason I don't use them as much is because they have 6 petals and these have 5. That's the only reason. And the only reason I like the 5 petals better is because this is what I do to make my flower. I take each petal and I crease it. Just like that. And what I do is I make a whole bunch like these. And when I'm sitting in front of the TV with my husband at night and I have nothing else to do, which I do diamond paint, so I do a lot of my diamond painting in the evening, I just go through and I pinch all my flowers up. Now, you probably could squeeze them together with your fingers, and I have done that like this, but sometimes they just don't always want to fold in the middle. Very easy, so I just do it this way. And then what I do is I find the plainest one for the bottom. And I do this to every single flower. And then when I'm ready to put it together, I hot glue this one. And I make sure I crisscross it so you don't see the petals in between. And then for the top one, I do the same thing. I do use 3. I just like the way it layered. You probably could use 2 if you want, but I just like the layering of 3, and plus it comes in 3. So that's what I do. And then when I use my, I'm just going to use one of these. And when you glue these, now I glue them in with hot glue. I think sometimes they fall off if the glue isn't too hot, but I will glue it in. And then I'll get my little Dollar Tree clip. And I have a few of these, and I just clip it. And I just let it dry. And that way it will go to the, it will stick to the paper better. But you got to do it really fast. Otherwise they'll pop off. And there's my vellum flower. And that's what I'll do. And I'll go through and I'll make all these, and then I'll make all these. So that's it. If you have any questions, of course, you can always ask. I'm willing to help you or explain whatever you don't understand, but they're very easy, as you can see. And they're just beautiful. I just love them. They're my favorite thing to make besides bows, is these flowers. All right. So thank you very much for coming by and seeing how I do this. And may God bless your day. And I give all the glory to Him. Bye.